two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. With a school notes and we're back for more. More guests and topics to explore. Screw up Sash, screw up Sash. Welcome back to the S.U.S podcast.
I've always loved performing ever since I was a kid. Like, because my mom would teach me how to sing and all that, and then I learned the instruments. My first instrument was the drums, and well, I liked it, but I was at the back, so I would jam with my dad. He plays saxophone. My brother played guitar at first, right? And I was the drums, and it was all nice and all until we performed, and I was like, I want to be on front. I want to be in front too, you know. So I learned guitar because I knew that's what it was. That's what it was gonna take to be in front. This was a kid talking, by the way, so I don't know. Like that was baby Julio, but yeah. So eventually, 12 years old, I was homeschooled. I mean, I was homeschooled for like 5 years. But on that last year of homeschool, I was all alone. My brother went to a traditional school, and I was all alone. And that's when I picked up the guitar, and I fell in love with it because I realized that these chords are like I can make shut up. I can make my own thing. Like I also used to like get my dad's chord book, you know, before Ultimate Guitar was alive. You know that.
Yeah.
Um, I would just read lyrics, but I didn't know those songs. Those are old. There's like 1950s. Johnny Be Good. I had no idea what song that was, but Johnny Be Good was the
Yeah.
one I was reading, and I had no idea how it sounded, so I just made up my own tune. And it kind of all started like that. And eventually, when I got better at guitar, I just practiced more and like, I just thought, okay, maybe I can write songs. So there you go. At around 13 years old, or yeah, I was like writing. I kind of collected all of these influences, inspirations, and like in my head subconsciously I collected them and it started mixing together. Um, and because of like playing all of them, like practicing covers of those artists, like not making covers. I don't have any covers like that
Mm.
online, so you know, just playing them at home. It kind of gave me an idea on how maybe my sound would sound like finding my own sound. So
Yeah.
I would just play random chords that I find sounds cool. Um, and then click record on my phone and then freestyle, sing gibberish. Now I want to emphasize gibberish because you know, I mean, freestyle rappers, freestyle singing, it's it's not always like perfect. It's actually never
Yeah.
perfect. In fact, it sucks a lot sometimes, but it's the melody that I'm going for, and not I don't care about the lyrics. The lyrics come after, you know. So that's kind of my process. I mean, like I just um I guess if you like expressing yourself through your voice, it would be a lot easier. Some people like playing the guitar to find the melody of that chord progression. Like they play over it and then they solo over it. It's like it really depends on what you're more comfortable with. But this one, yeah, I do the lyrics after, and that's how I've created a lot of my songs. They you should hear my phone recordings. It's puro like it's all melodic combinations with gibberish. Some of it makes sense. Some of it makes sense. Sometimes I get lucky. I'm like I freestyle sing a really good idea, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna keep that one and make that song revolve around that line. You know what I mean? But most of the time it's trash. I would never show anyone that.
Like I really think
Yeah.
that's what's kind of like a hidden goal for musicians also is to yun na nga, use each other's music to not only like influence each other but also to inspire like new people who are starting to make their own music, because like I know everyone tries to find their own sound, but in reality, you know, how big the market is for making music now, it's so hard to find a sound that's like 100%
Yeah, it's true.
like different from someone else, right? You're always gonna find
Exactly.
that are
It's always someone
similar.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they copied. It just means like, oh, I was inspired by this musician so much that like I tried to do, do an homage to them by giving them like a hint at like their style and the way that people do music too. But like,
Yeah, dude.
I've heard all your songs, like, because the first one came out like 2018, right? So I heard the
Mhm.
three of them. Like when I hear all of them, like I know it's you already. Like what I was saying, like about
That's
about
awesome.
musicians, like you have a certain like sound that it's really like, oh yeah, that's the style talaga of Julio
Well,
Banzon.
my newest EP, Encantadora, I I made these songs. Most of the song, the first two songs that I put out, I wrote them last 2018, and I never really got to record or release them. Um, and so now during the pandemic, wow, it was tough. It was just in the bank, like in my music bank or whatever. I just kept it there for
Yeah.
so long because I couldn't go to the studio. Um, I didn't want to do it myself on GarageBand or any digital audio workstation because I'm not really a producer. I make beats for fun, not for like real music. So and I don't want electronic drums in my music. Something, wala, it's just
Yeah.
something I
Personal style, like preference lang.
Yeah.
personal preference, yeah. And so
To each his
I
own,
want it
man.
to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so during this pandemic, yeah, it was really hard. It was actually impossible to meet up with my band Smoothie Booze. La Playa was able to practice. We were okay. We're doing okay naman, but with Smoothie Booze, yeah, we literally had no opportunity to meet up. Um, for very different reasons, and mostly because um some of us live far away. One of us was just not allowed whatsoever to go out, like ever. He was not allowed to leave his house, not for anything, not for groceries, nothing. Uh, and it was really strict. So we didn't get to do anything. I was kind of like in a musical rut for the longest time, the whole 2020 pandemic. Like I was like, man, what do I do now? So of course, I just made random covers that I didn't post and like virtual jams that again you can watch on my Instagram. Um, and then yeah, when things started to lighten up, I called up the studio. They said they were available, and uh, well, I've decided okay, I should just do I should just record by myself. Um, because I can't get the drummer to leave his house, and I can't get the whole band to come together and practice before the actual recording. You have to practice, and
Yeah, of
because we
course.
couldn't practice anywhere, I had to practice on my own. I got my bass back. I practiced on my bass, guitar, and drums as well. I got some makeshift drums that I made out of a notebook, another notebook, like it's random materials from my room, and I made it into a drum set just so I could practice the
Wow.
timing, the beats. Yeah, and and I luckily I had drumsticks. I had my own drumsticks because I was a drummer when I was 8 years old, so I kept them. Wow, I just realized those are 12, 13-year-old drumsticks. Anyway, so I practiced on my makeshift drums and I recorded everything by myself. You can check out. I mean, I have a video, although I'm kind of shy because that's my anniversary video to my girlfriend. But
Nice.
yeah, it's there. It's the whole song. Basically, it's part of my EP. Reason to try is part of Encantadora, and yeah. So I recorded that in the studio. Luckily, I was alone. No one there to rush me, judge me, anything. So definitely had to wait. I waited the whole pandemic just to do that. I wasn't the type of I didn't like make stuff at home. Like I had a mental drought, a musical drought in my head. I just couldn't for write at least for a while. But eventually I got it out and it's come it's newly released on Spotify. So yeah, in terms of music, it's definitely a passion project of mine. I write, record, release, and then promote. So like promoting that was the hardest one. It takes the most time, in my opinion, because of course promoting is not my passion. It's the making of the music, it's the creation of the music. But it's part of it. It's part of being a musician to promote yourself, social media, and all. Be very efficient in that sense also, because how will you get your music heard if you don't know how to do that? And to be honest,
That's true.
I don't even think I'm the best at that at all. Like, yeah, I post stories, I make my own graphic design or infographic, whatever. But it's not. It's definitely not like label level marketing, you know. But like I try to do my best, given my time and like resources. But as a musician, my goal really now, I just want to release songs as much as I can, keep writing. Uh, Always write. I mean, like even though it's shit, like sometimes I make shit songs, but I don't release them, of course. They're just kind of like learning experiences for me. And then
That's
I
true.
just choose
Yeah.
the ones I like na lang, if ever. And then so yeah, so in the next 10 to 15 years, I want to have like as many songs as possible. Maybe songs worth, I don't know, 5 albums, dude. That's a long time. So 15 years is a long
Nice.
time. So if I have like 5 albums of 10 each, so that's like 50 songs, right?
Yeah,
Um,
man.
that would be great. I mean, a lot of my idols have a ton of songs. Like maybe some people don't even listen to those, but they have it. It's out there, right? And
Yeah, that's
they
true.
eventually become timeless. John Mayer, that dude is timeless. Why? Because he has so
Right
many
on.
songs. Like you could always go back to Room for Squares if you're feeling like you want some sort of clarity. You go for heavier things, right?
Like what you did there.
I saw what you did.
Like,
Sneaky wordplay. Nice.
yeah, dude. And if you're looking for the newer things, he's still coming out with music. You know, it's most for me. I mean, at least how I see him doing it is just keep making music and promote it. I mean, of course, he's got people to promote it for him. But eventually, if I have enough songs and people notice it, um, like then boom, that would be like perfect for me. I mean, right now, uh, yes, Spotify like streams that distributors that shit doesn't give you much money. It definitely doesn't feed your family or my family. So that's why I still embark on different income streams. Like right now, I'm working. I work for Alveo under Ayala Land. Ayala. I work for
Oh,
Alveo Land,
nice. Good for you, man.
and yeah, if you know anyone, I'm gonna plug it right now. No shame,
Go.
shameless plug right here. But yeah, for pre-selling properties, just call me, man. Like anyone. You can find me online on Instagram. So anyway, that's my main job right now. I don't personally want to see music as my main income because that will pressure me to do whatever I can to get rich from it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true
For
also.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, for me that's a bonus. If I get rich from music, well, fuck, I made it. If I don't,
Solid.
I have my whole life there,
Yeah.
listenable and available to people to listen to until I die. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Right
Um,
on, man.
and this is not to discourage musicians who say that this is like a full-time job. Like if it's their full-time job, I personally respect that. I admire that they can do that, right? I can't.
Salute.
I can't do it. But if they can do it, by all means, go ahead. But I use it more as a passion, and
Yeah.
it's just something to get by. I mean, it's enough to give me some food, KFC, when I'm craving at midnight. You know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah.
it's honestly, it's dope. If business wise, like, dude, that's passive income. It's small app, but dude, that's paying for meals. It's still something. Just keep
That's
making
true.
songs and it works. Yeah. So I'm
Tapos
really
it makes you
excited.
happy. Tapos it makes you happy pa.
Yeah, if I would give advice for musicians who want to do this full time, yeah, don't focus too much just on the music. It's either yeah, of course you make your music, do what you want with it. Make sure you love your music and not try to make music for others. Other than that, like, I guess music is it's solely based on marketing. I'll be honest. The way you brand yourself, the way you get people to listen to you. I mean, nowadays especially, that's all social media marketing. And through my
Yeah.
experience, people would see me online on social media, and then that's when they'd get me for gigs. This was before pandemic, of course. But I guess for all musicians out there, just like keep writing. Don't feel pressured to make your music good. Just focus on making your music the way you like it. Because the moment you stray away from what's not you, or what you think, oh, I should just sell out and do this, then you might not be happy. I mean, if you're under a label and they ask you to do stuff you don't want to do, really that's your decision. If you want to make music to get rich, or you want to make music because it's your passion, there are two different things that I got. And either way, you're making music to get money. Boo, congrats, bro. Well, of course I wish that for myself, Fernand, but I personally like just writing. If you're discouraged to write music because it sucks, for you, just keep trying, because you'll never know when a gem will come out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for tuning in to more Screw Up Six.